Thank you so much for being here with me today. For many years, I have solely made money from my ideas. I've gotten to travel all around the world, 35 plus countries, to speak to people of many different cultures. I've been able to make new products and new businesses that have become viral trends that got to go around the planet and help a lot of people. I've gotten to make a lot of money from that. But honestly, the best thing that's happened to me is how much I've grown. I used to be the shyest, weirdest kid. I felt big things. I felt them a lot. These were often heavy things. Now I get to speak on stages in front of thousands of people talking about the things that used to be my weaknesses, and business has been a big part of the way that journey has happened. In today's talk, I want to focus on 5 things that I call the 5 yeses. The Business as an Art Form course is built around these 5 yeses, so I want to explain what each of them is in brief detail to give you an idea, and hopefully it will spark new ideas and new directions. These are 5 yeses that a client needs to be able to say before they will end up investing in you. There's a lot of people out there who wish they had more clients. Even though technology is connecting us with so many more people than we've ever been connected with, there's so many people now trying for those same people. Each of these yeses is a plank of the bridge, and if you get all 5 planks, all of the clients that are over here have easy access to be able to come to you. What I love about these 5 yeses, if you're not getting enough clients, or if your clients that you are getting aren't valuing your work enough to be able to take care of your family and live out your dreams, it's because one of these yeses aren't being said. It really is as simple as, if you can get a client to say all 5 yeses, you will get them to invest. This very first yes is, yes, your business is interesting. A lot of businesses do not fall into the category of interesting. To conquer this first yes, in the Business as an Art Form program, we go deep into a whole subject called building intrigue. When people say, "What do you do, Jesh?" I say, "I study joy." Every single time, people are like, "What?" And then that gives me an opportunity to go in and explain. But that first hook, I study joy, it's just not expected because it's not usual. Suddenly I'm in a different category. So many creatives out there are losing people on the very first yes. You know in Jerry Maguire when Renee Zellweger was like, "Shh, you had me at hello." It's kind of like the opposite of that. People are like, "Shh, you bored me at hello. I'm not interested anymore." Let's say you have a bagel shop. And so if somebody said, "Hey, what do you do?" And you say, "I sell bagels." That's not wrong, but it's also not interesting. You've already lost the first yes. Anybody that does end up buying a bagel from you will be one of these small percentage of people who just desperately needed a bagel that day. When you really understand how similar all humans are and how similar our needs are, you can craft your business in such a way to meet those deep needs. You can have access to literally the entire rest of the world. There's something that I call the headline test. There's a super easy way to see, does my business pass the first yes? Whatever it is that you say when someone asks you, "What do you do?" write that down on a piece of paper and ask yourself, would this ever be a headline? We can test that out with the bagel shop. Someone says, "What do you do?" "I sell bagels." Would that ever be a headline? "Local man sells bagels." That would never be a headline. Therefore, it should not be something that you say. Photographers, they'll do a similar thing. Somebody will say, "What do you do for a living?" And they'll say, "I'm a photographer." And usually people will be like, "Oh, cool." Don't be deceived. What they're really saying is, "Shh, you bored me at hello." If you pay attention carefully, you will see that happen in people's eyes. As a creative in business, whatever it is that is your response to somebody saying, "What do you do for a living?" it has to pass the headline test. One of my clients in the Business as an Art Form program, she shot pet photography. This is an example of how we changed I shoot pictures of pets into something that would pass the headline test. She would take these famous paintings and she would shoot pets, reset up the scene. Very funny, interesting work. We came up with this line. When people asked her what she did, she would say, "I help pets live out their fantasies." People initially expecting something normal would be like, "Oh, what?" So if you can get your client to be like, "What?" That's so important. You have to tell me more about this. That is passing the first yes. Could that be a headline? Local photographer helps pets live out their fantasies. You bet your ass that would be a headline.